Hi, Brent. Hi, everyone.
Hey, Lisa.
Um, I've been on the path for about 4 years now, and I've experienced night of the soul a few times. In the last few weeks, I've actually been feeling pretty good, but then something slammed my ass on, I would say, about Friday afternoon. Um, and I'm just wondering if anybody else is experiencing what I've been experiencing. And I don't know if I'm going back into the dark night of the soul, but this deep, deep sadness has has really come up, and my heart chakra has been in a lot of pain, and I find myself feeling like I was actually feeling like I was blessed by grace, and and now it's like I'm exhausted, totally exhausted. I was in bed for most of the weekend. Yeah, I'm totally exhausted, crying. I'm not one who experiences anxiety, but just feeling the anxiety and just so much energy throughout my entire body. And I don't know. I don't even know if this is a question or if anybody has experienced this in the last few days. Obviously, it's part of the journey, and I just feel tired. I feel tired of this journey now. I just feel totally exhausted.
Yeah, Lisa, I don't think you're alone. There are certain periods where it seems like there are collective energies or collective periods to do with alignments of the planets and energies of the planet and things like this that seem to affect many of us at the same time. So there is an element of that which can bring some relief knowing that you're not alone, knowing that it's not random and that there is some higher order orchestrating whatever it is that you're going through. But beyond that, even if you were going through this, say alone this past weekend, it seems that um, whatever we're feeling, we're healing. This was a mantra that I heard that I really loved. Whatever I'm feeling, I'm healing. Right. So when things come up, in some twisted way, it's coming up to be exhausted out of our system. It's things that we've been carrying the whole time anyway, right? And so it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. The bitterness, of course, is that we have to face these uncomfortable things. The sweetness is that once it passes, which it does, right? This is the truth of reality, impermanence, change. This is the dance of Shakti, is change. It will pass. And when it passes, there's space, there's relief on the other side. With exhaustion is being so tired, being so exhausted brings actually our ego, our mind into a state of surrender and submission. Unfortunately, while we may know about this idea of surrender, of letting go, of relaxation into the process, we can know about it, but still there is an instinctual inclination to fight. So for some periods of the path, the only point that we can really give up our fight is through becoming totally exhausted, where there's no fight left in us, right? Unfortunately, this is how it happens for some, right? We think of Jesus on the cross. Prior to that, he was, of course, tortured and forced to carry his cross and up the mountain and all this, right? Total exhaustion, right? In our own way, sometimes we're put through that type of torture for our mind to finally say, I have nothing left to fight, no fight left in me. And from that point, then there's, of course, the resurrection that comes. So I don't know if there's anything to bring relief other than time, sitting in this process, and knowing that you're not going through something random or disorganized. This is a this is how the path is. This is what it looks like for many. Fortunately, you're not alone in that way. In that way.
What you mentioned about the ego mind, I know that this weekend I basically have said, I absolutely surrender. Like I have nothing left to give. Like I feel that. I feel, you know, the battle with the egoic mind wanting to continue to control is subsiding. It's almost like I feel like it's saying, yeah, I give up. So that thanks for bringing that up, because I did, and I have been experiencing that where it's like I can't do this no more. I can't battle it anymore. I can't. I don't have an ounce of strength in me to battle anymore. I just totally give up and surrender to the divine. And I know it's easier said than done to say that, let go and let God. But when your ego is so strong, I had a very, very strong ego, and through the dark nights of the soul and whatnot, it really has subsided. But I think this time, like this past weekend, it was just, I just couldn't do it no more. And I still can't. Like I feel I have no fight in me whatsoever. So I really appreciate you raising that.
Well, thank you. Thank you for raising this whole theme. I think we can all relate. The ego's nature is to fight. It is to cling, right? This is its nature. So it's like a wild, ferocious animal. You cannot negotiate with it, cannot teach it, talk to it. You have to exhaust it out. This is the only way it will stop being ferocious and fighting. It's the same with the ego, right? Can't negotiate with it, can't talk it into being something that it's not. It can only be exhausted, right? And so in time, when someone is so tired, they cannot hold on anymore physically, right? It's like we're hanging on to a branch or something. Eventually you get tired, you let go. But talking the ego into letting go doesn't work, right? Its job is to hold on. And during times like this, we can also appreciate that, because the ego is not a mistake. It protected us all this time. It kept us safe, gave us some direction, some purpose, some structure, right? So we can actually make peace with it, thank it for doing such a great job, and finally say, now it's time you can rest. You can rest. And rest in this way for the ego means dissolving back into the oneness.
Thank you,
Thank
Brent.
you.
I know, thank you. And thank you everyone for your messages. I really appreciate it, because I know we're all in this together. And, when you're going through it, sometimes you're just thinking, you know what, I'd rather die. I don't know if anybody else has felt that, but it's like, oh my God, just take me. The pain is just unbearable. But I really appreciate you and appreciate our community, because it really does help when we go through these really tough periods. So I really appreciate all of you. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, you're so welcome. Yeah, just last month I was totally surrendered on the couch, crying, asking God, what more do you want from me? Right? I was going through my own stuff. This is my question for God, a genuine question. What more do you want from me? Tired, exhausted. It's part of why I wasn't able to do these meetings. I was going through my own stuff. But I recognized that moment when I was asking, what more do you want from me? I recognized where this was on the map. I said, dark night of the soul. Okay. I've been here enough times. I know what this is. Okay. On the other side, there's, like I described, space. There's relief. There's connection. There's some resolve. Well, here I am today. I made it. And you will too. We all will. We all will. Thank you.